888-7753-773. I think I'll go to Mary Ann, a first-time call out of Pennsylvania. Mary Ann, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Thank you, Jesse.
You're welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, I've found you at the perfect time in my life because everything's just sort of come to a head, and I was contemplating leaving my husband, but then I was, obviously I've been binge listening to your show for like a week and working on myself. I forgave my mother and my father, and I've been doing the silent prayer. But what I'm at now is I'm concerned about, he's in his hell. He's loves his hell. And I'm concerned about how his hell is affecting him and the children. Because I want to be the best, I want to do my duty as a mother. And I didn't know, because he's got some very strange behaviors just come up recently. He threw away all our stuff, and we've been living in the hotels for 4 months. He's a mama's boy. He doesn't like working. He wants, there's so many millions of things, but one of the main things is sort of an OCD thing he's got now where he thinks everything is contaminated with chemicals that he encountered at a yard a couple of years ago, and he thinks that it's transferred into all of our clothes, and his mouth burns, and he's very angry, basically, is what I'm saying. Very angry and acting very strangely. As an example to the kids is what I'm concerned about. How do I navigate that?
And what is?
I'm observing him. I'm observing his issues. I'm not letting them affect me emotionally anymore. I'm not angry about it anymore. I'm gotten really good at just letting them go.
How old are the kids?
They're 5 and 2 boys.
And what is he doing to them that you're concerned about?
Well, okay, so up till this point, I've been going with the general consensus that they model the behavior of the father, and he's very angry and short-tempered, and I was afraid that he was maybe giving them anxiety and that they might grow up with some sort of OCD problem, behavioral problems. The worldly idea is that sort of thing could happen, and that these are not good behaviors to have, I guess.
And so, what is he doing to the kids that you're concerned about?
Nothing. Nothing. Well, he's a bit rough with them, but not that rough. Nothing really, I guess. Not directly.
So if nothing is happening, why are you concerned about that?
There. Okay. Yeah, you're right, I guess.
No, that was a question.
You're right. Okay. Well, I was concerned because, he used to be so close with my oldest one. And my oldest one used to and now he doesn't want to talk to him anymore, my youngest. But that's probably my fault, isn't it? That's probably something to do with how I've been.
Well, why are you concerned about he and his children if nothing is going on?
Well, I don't know. I guess I want him to be normal and I want him to be working on himself so that they can have an example of how to work on themselves.
And what is normal?
Well, just not angry, peaceful.
And so what is normal?
I don't know. These days, I guess angry is normal.
And so far, he's doing nothing to hurt the kids. So far, he's concerned about, I guess, this thing he got involved in. What is he doing wrong that making you so concerned?
Well, we don't have... sorry, I'm we don't have any possessions. We don't have a car. It's gotten to the point now. I mean, he says he's looking for a place to live.
Have you ever had a car?
Yes.
And
yes.
so you guys had an apartment at one time?
We had a home.
You had a house. You had a house?
Yeah.
And he
and
what happened to the house?
He sold it because the neighbors were bothering him. He said that they were watching him. And he just doesn't like to be around other people at all. And,
okay.
I mean, this is, you know.
How long you been married?
Okay, well, this is 10, 12 years.
Oh, okay. And so,
I lived with him before that. It's
you did?
all my fault. Yes. I really picked one. I really picked it.
And so what are you doing wrong?
Me, currently, since I started listening to your show, nothing.
What were you doing wrong before that?
Oh, let me see. Well, I argue with him because I believe that this contaminant is in his imagination. And I think his physical ailments are from something else. I think they're from some medication he was on. And it's just like, it was so frustrating to hear him describe reality as not, it's impossible what he was describing. The possibility of what had happened, it was impossible. And it made me angry.
And so what are you doing wrong?
Right now, I don't know. I mean, a week ago, I would have said, I'm letting my children witness this. I'm not protecting. I mean, that's what his mother-in-law says. I don't know. I'm very confused right now.
And so you
right
now, you haven't done anything wrong?
Yeah, I'm sure I have. I'm just trying to. I'd argue with him. I'd get mad.
So why is it so easy to name off everything that he's done wrong, but you can't think of one thing you've done wrong?
No, I've done millions of things wrong in the past.
Like what?
I lie to him sometimes, often. Let's see, I left him a couple of times just for a few weeks at a time. I ended up coming back because, he talked me into it. But other than that, I mean, I try to be obedient to him. I want that. I want that life. I really do. But he's the only time he was really ever very nice to me was when I was working, and I see now why that is. It's amazing. Like,
you say you were never nice to him?
He was never. Well, sorry, I'm turning it back onto him again. Sorry.
Yeah, you go. It's so easy to go back to him, but we're not dealing with you.
No, I know. I haven't even been thinking about myself. I've just been focused on him. He's been my prime focus for years.
And why have you been so judgmental of him, but not of yourself?
Well, since you told me, suggested that I forgive my father, it's very obvious that it was my resentment toward him because he didn't save me from my mother. I was not able to. She would have, I imagine, been okay with it, but she had schizophrenia, and
so you grew up with an alcoholic. You grew up with an insane mother?
Yes.
And how about your father? What did he say when you went to him?
He said, he was pretty kind of a hippie. He kind of got where I was coming from. Okay. I told him, yeah, he's very understanding.
And so, your question for me is what?
Well, I guess my question was, what are my duties as a mother you know, what what constitutes hurt towards children exactly? Physical? I mean, I just want to. I want them to be. I want them to grow up. Is it enough for me to be working on myself? For them to have that example?
No. You have to be working on yourself so that you can overcome your hell that you're living in. And you can't work on yourself for anyone else or any other motivation than to overcome your abnormal state of being. And when you work on you, then your world will be fine. And then kids will see that and their world will be fine.
Okay.
They will see, instead of the darkness in you, they will see the light. But you got to take your eyes off your husband. You're very judgmental of your husband.
That's true. You're right. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Why haven't you taken your eyes off your husband and just worked on you? Because you're responsible for you and no one else is. Your husband or no one is responsible for you but you. Why haven't you done that already?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have a good answer for that.
And then what does it feel like when you know that you're giving him hell too, while pretending that you're not?
Oh, it does not feel good.
And why don't you, I'm sorry?
It does not feel good. It does not feel good.
And so why don't you stop giving him hell, your husband?
I'm trying. I mean, I will. I will, absolutely.
And how are you trying if your eyes are just on him? Because you named a bucket load of things that were wrong with him, and you named nothing that was wrong with you, knowing that you're secretly giving him hell that is adding to his insanity to drive him crazy.
Yeah, you're right.
To drive him crazy.
I am very disorganized.
To drive him crazy.
Yeah, you're right. He says that too. He says I drive him crazy. I'm disorganized. I'm messy. These are things that don't help him.
You're more
I don't
than
believe in what he's experiencing, so I'm not really good at following the OCD directions, like what should be washed and what shouldn't be touching other things. That does probably not help him. So, okay, I have to be on board to an extent with what he's going through.
No, you have to stop. You have to work on you. You can't work on him. You have to work on you so you can stop adding to his insanity. Whatever his problems are, those are his problems. He got to work on those. They're not your problem. They're his. But you're adding to his problem by driving him crazy while you pretend that you care.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yes. Yes.
But why didn't you say that when we first started speaking?
I didn't. I don't know. It's early. I haven't finished my coffee, but I was very eager to talk to you. But yeah, that is true. Now it's coming. It makes sense now. But I actually think about myself and just he's been totally. I didn't realize how focused I've been on him as this, like blaming him for the source of all my misery. It's true. Not the case. I'm a pain in the butt.
How has he been dealing with your insanity?
Well, that's probably why he's angry a lot of the time.
How has he been reacting to it? How has he been dealing with your insanity?
Just being mad, yelling at me, mostly.
And why don't you stop?
This is a lot of behavioral problems that I have. I think it would probably be more, now that I'm trying to be more present, that could help a lot. I got to work on that some more.
Well, that's the only thing that's going to save you from
listening.
That's the only thing that's going to save you from your misery is that you got to be present so you can overcome. You can overcome you.
Yeah, and I think that would give him some peace too, because I wouldn't be.
Well, whether if
Making a
you
mess, probably.
no, if you overcome you, it's not going to give him any peace at all. The only thing
Ugh,
that's going to give him peace is that he
is
has to
himself.
overcome his misery.
Right. Okay. 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 Yeah, I see what you're saying. I do see it. I see it now. Okay. So I don't have to worry too much about the kids, but I should all be together.
What good would it do you to worry about the kids?
Huh. You're right.
No, that was a question.
Well, normally I would say worrying about them means I love them. But that's not true, is it?
You said worry mean what?
Worrying about them means that I care.
Care about what?
No, they're the children.
But worry is a worry is darkness pretend to be the light and making you think that you can fix and are fixing the problem, and you're not. No one that is worrying is in the light. They're in the darkness calling it the light. Worry is evil.
Yes, yes, yes. That's what you've been saying. I've been trying to.
So why do you call worry love them?
You're right. It's not. I don't know.
No, that was a question.
Right.
Why do you call worrying love? You said I love them. Why are you calling that love when it's evil and it's hate?
I guess because I don't know. You think, you want their best outcome for them. You want them to have a good life. And when things don't appear to be going in that direction, worry.
Right.
And if I didn't love them, I wouldn't care.
No.
What they were going through.
If you loved them, you wouldn't worry. You don't care at all. It's just an ego thrill to tell yourself that you care and to act out and pretend that you care and to say that you worry because I love them. It is all darkness. None of that is true.
Oh, gosh. It's just amazing. It's amazing. I've been working on this for so long, and you're so precise. You just slice right through all the BS. It's amazing. Thank you.
So you say your husband get upset because you don't clean the house and stuff, things like that?
It's like weird little things. Like I don't do it the way he likes.
Do you work?
The way. No.
You don't work, so why don't you clean the house?
No, I do. Yeah, I know. I'm terrible. I'm a slob.
No, that was a question.
There's a thing that's not bad about me.
Why don't you? I'm trying to understand. Why don't you clean the house?
Well, mostly it's the entertaining the children.
So you don't clean the house because you're entertaining the children? Well, that doesn't make sense.
No. I don't know. I feel like I do clean it, but it never looks clean because I keep cleaning, and it's like a constant fight.
So do you clean the house or don't you clean the house? I
clean it, and then it immediately becomes dirty. But it's not even, it's more like things like if I leave, I can't even think of it. It surprises me, honestly, the things he thinks of to be angry about. They're always something different. But,
I see. Why have you stayed with a man for so long that you're so miserable with?
Oh, I don't know, Jesse. I don't know. I don't
know why.
I loved my hell.
Yeah, the two demons love one another.
Yeah.
You love making him miserable, and he loved making you miserable, and that's why you guys have stayed together.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. It was before I got into your podcast.
Because if you guys leave one another, you got to find somebody else to make miserable.
I know, yeah.
The devil lives off making other people miserable because the devil is evil spirits are miserable spirits. They're unhappy, they're lonely, they're angry, they're vicious, they're nasty, but they need to get that make other people that way so that they can feel good about being that way. And that's what you and your husband are doing to one another.
Mhm.
That's why you have stayed. That's why you're going back, because you love making him miserable.
Oh gosh, I would never have even imagined that was the case. But you're right. That's crazy.
So here's what I recommend is that forgive your husband, meaning don't be angry at him. He has his own problem, whatever they are, and you just work on you. Keep your eyes on it. Doesn't mean you don't speak up when you need to. You speak up when you need to, but take your eyes off of him and see the hell and what's going on in you so that the Father God can show you what to do, whether to stay or to go or whatever.
Okay.
He will work this whole thing out for you because right now you're so deep in darkness you can't see your way out.
So true. It's so true. Very confusing. I've been in a fog. No idea what to do.
Right.
But the silent prayer is awesome.
Are you doing the silent prayer every morning and night?
Yes. Yes.
And during the day, sometimes when you get caught up in your head, bring your mind back to your body. Your body is present, but your thoughts, your mind can be in the past or the future, thinking about what has happened, what's going to happen, what you're going to do, or blah, blah, blah.
So true.
And so just slightly bring your mind back to your body. That's where eternal life is. And the Spirit of the Father will work on you, and He will work out your situation. You will see whether to go or to stay or how to deal with your husband and the kids, yourself, and everything.
Wow. Okay. So that'll be clear at some point.
It will be made clear, but you got to stay working on you. And don't argue with your husband. No more arguing. Cut out the argument, and don't argue with the devil anymore. Inside of you or outside of you, inside of her. Can you hold on a minute, Marianne?
Yes, sir.
Hold on. Let me take a quick break. 888-77-JESSE. Let me go quickly back to Marianne. Marianne, any questions about anything?
Oh, I don't think I can think of any other questions right now, but I'm sure I might have to book a counseling session.
Okay. And Marianne, you got to stop arguing with your husband or anyone. Lay your weapon down and let the Spirit of truth fight your battle for you.
That sounds wonderful. Is it that easy? Is it really that easy?
And what do you mean by that easy?
Oh, it just sounds I don't know what this sounds like. I also had this thing, where I think I have to be, when you have to fight, you have to you have to really put in, I don't know. Not fighting is great. I love not fighting.
But
Thank you.
So why do you fight?
I don't know. I don't know. It just comes out of me. It's the devil in me, I guess.
And have you noticed that fighting doesn't solve anything? It just makes it worse?
Yes.
Have you really seen that?
Lately. I've really noticed it lately.
But it's
a reaction. It's like an emotional reaction.
And those are evil spirits that want you to fight, because that's how they stay alive. They get life because they dwell in you. They get life from making you fight with yourself, with them, and with others. And the more misery they can bring upon you, the more life they get in their mind. They think they're getting life, but they're not.
It's so refreshing, and it's so true. And nobody, no psychologist will tell you that. Nobody else.
Yeah, they don't want you to know.
They want you to feed it.
Yeah, absolutely. They don't want you to know, because the psychologists, psychiatrists, special educated ones, they love their hell, and they don't want you to know you're in hell. They want you to stay in hell, so you need them. And if you notice, evil people cry out to evil people to save them, either to the government or to the psychiatrist or to the social service or whatever. Evil people cried out to evil, or preachers or whatever. Evil people are crying out to evil people to save them.
Wow. When you see it that way, very illuminating. It's true. Dang. Thank you.
So you're welcome. Just stay with the silent prayer. No more arguing with your husband. If you want to argue, let him argue by himself. And if you need to speak up about anything, speak up, but don't argue. And just be quiet. Be still so that you can overcome your misery.
Yes.
The spirits that made a home in you.
Yes. Yes, it does. Okay. Thank you so much, Jesse. God bless you.
I wish you well, Mary Ann.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Call me again.
I will.
All right. Bye.
Bye.